Hello everyone, and welcome to a Total War Warhammer 2 video. This video is a basic introduction on economy and infrastructure and how to build infrastructure for the High Elves. I will be making videos for all the different races. So yeah, this video will be about this guy particularly. Now, what I say about this guy applies to all of the other High Elf characters. Actually, this guy. All of them have the exact same buildings, so everything will be the same. I'll also be making one for the Lizardmen, and it will affect every lord, except the Lizardmen, in this case, have this guy, the guy the Wonder, who's actually Horde. His faction will be a little different, so he'll get his own separate video, because he's a Horde. But everyone else will be the same. Dark Elves as well, Skaven. The Vampire Coasts too will be slightly different than everyone else because they have pirate ships, which makes them semi-hordes, as well as having their structures, so they'll have a bit of a different video. All these guys have the same. All of these guys have the same. Except for these two, Orion and Durthu. Now, because of the way Wood Elf works, Wood Elves get better buildings for Wood Elves, and Forest Spirits need better buildings for Forest Spirits. So they will also be slightly different. So I'll explain that in their video. For the most part, everyone will be mostly the same. Alright, let's start this Tyrion thing. So yeah, this will just be a quick little review of how buildings work, and this is assuming you have never played this game before and have no idea how buildings work, so there's going to be a lot of basic stuff. Alright, skip this little thing. Alright, so here we are in Lothern. Yeah, it's a cute little High Elf army. Alright, here's Lothern. This is the capital city of the province of Etan, and also the capital city. So you can look at it here. Now there's two types of cities. There's province capitals like this one, and cities like Angel, which are just minor cities. So we'll take a look here. When you look at buildings, you'll notice that they can be upgraded, which each upgrade giving you better and better stuff. So you can look at those. But let's look at all the buildings we can build. Alright, so here is the building browser, which is just all the buildings that can be built in this particular city. Now, apply a lot of what I say here to the other cities, but there are certain differences with the level. So, if you look at here, these are the province capitals, which are just where you build the buildings. Now, this is just the city itself that you're improving, so it gives you money, better garrisons, better walls, just making the city itself better instead of buildings, which is always a good idea. Now, this is the port, which is only on seafaring settlements. It's actually very similar to a landmark, as it's a unique port, but not all ports are like that. These are basic military, and advanced military. Basic military generally just means the bulk of your army, while advanced is advanced, unique units, powerful units, cavalry, stuff like that. Now, if you take a look here, you'll see that certain buildings are level 3. Now, when you have a major city, it can go to level 5, meaning all the level 5 stuff is available. However, level 3 buildings, which is every other building except for a province capital, you can only build stuff that is level 3 or higher. Now, you'll notice some of this stuff starts at level 3 and goes higher than level 3. That stuff cannot be built in a minor city, as you won't be able to do it because the city won't be able to get to the higher levels. Now, with barracks, which almost all universally go to 3, you never build those in your major cities because it's a waste of space. You always want to have your big city with all the high tier stuff. This stuff, the basic military, would go in a minor city. Now, you can see here that it unlocks units, but let's say... No, it doesn't have it here. It's okay. So we'll just pretend, we'll just do a quick example here for certain units. Now, we have Lothar and Seaguard here, and these guys can just be recruited, but let's say you need to build the Shrine of Assyrian. So to build to use them. So you would do is you'd have 2 buildings that would allow you to recruit this unit. Now the defense structure, most main cities have it, but because this is a capital, it won't actually have a defense building, but most of the time they'll have more than just this Skaven defense building, so that'll just increase the garrison. Then you have infrastructure, which is growth buildings, usually money-making buildings, as you can see here, and public order buildings. Now, the High Elves are actually kind of unique, as they have have extra infrastructure buildings, but for the most part, I find them to be okay to bad. So you don't really need to worry too much about where you put those. They're kind of accents to your cities. Now we have here, you would usually want to do is put those 3 military buildings in a small building, or 2 in a small city with walls, and then the others in another city. As much as you can build walls in all cities and public order buildings so that you don't have to constantly deal with rebellions, then you're good. And now we're going to see, to just upgrade a building or a city, all you really have to do is select the building. Hopefully you have enough growth and money, and just left click, and boom, you have the city. Alright, peace out.